Hello, this is Sean Murphy for SK Murphy. I want to welcome you to the Thursday, August 10th PATCA webinar. PATCA is a Professional and Technical Consultants Association. We're a nonprofit professional association dedicated to serving independent consultants and the client companies that hire them. For more info on PATCA, see www.patca.org. Today, we're fortunate to have a briefing by Ihor Bauman on how to up your consulting game. Mr. Bauman is CEO and co-founder of Worky.net. He is passionate about helping freelancers worldwide. Today, he will explore strategies for enhancing your consulting prowess that include how to leverage your expertise, how to communicate effectively with clients, and how to implement innovative problem-solving techniques. Ihor, welcome.
Thank you, Sean, and hello, everybody. It's super nice to be here again. It's the second time I have pleasure being here with PATCA organization, and I'm glad to see that more and more people are joining every time and every day. I guess, as Sean mentioned, the topic is pretty important, I guess, for every consultant and every coach and every independent professional, right? Who leads the business and who wants the business to be successful and to have it up and running. Today I prepared a bunch of interesting information, and today we'll be able even to touch history a bit in the topic itself. I guess it's a great time for us to start. We are just 5 minutes up here from the start of our presentation. As I mentioned, I prepared some slides. I'll be happy to share my screen and to start from the presentation. Sounds good? Cool. Sharing my screen. Can you see my screen? Cool. Yes, thank you, Sean, for confirming. For every consultant, especially for every professional coach or any business owner, the main thing about the business is relations, and every relations always are led by negotiations, right? This is the thing that nobody can avoid, and it's kind of challenge, and people can consider challenges in both directions, whether it's a challenge problem or whether it's a challenge opportunity. And today I'll be happy to speak up about the opportunities that can negotiations bring to our business, and how to get what you want in the business itself. So I'll be happy to maybe briefly describe myself. So I'm in past professional PricewaterhouseCoopers consultant. I'm also founder and CEO at Worky, and we with Worky already having 8,000 plus freelancers and professionals across the globe to manage the business online. Myself, I spent about 9 years in consulting, product and project management roles. I'm official Forbes Business Council member and mentor in a couple of organizations, and also my master's degree is finance. So let's get started to the party, right? So today we have important topic, and it's negotiations. Those are things that started much time ago, and everything started from the history. So today I prepared 3 major history events that showed up as their successful negotiations and all their tensions that were around that negotiations. So what the history knows about the negotiation itself? So first is Camp David Accords, 1978. So that was major and one of the world's most famous negotiation process that involved US president, Egypt, and Israel. And these negotiations are famous because they took 12 days, non-stop negotiations across these 3 parties. And the outcome resulted into 2 agreements: a framework for peace in Middle East and a framework for concession of a peace between Egypt and Israel in 1978. So 3 parties, as you see, were involved, including the US. And These negotiations is considered a landmark in diplomatic history, showcasing the importance of meditation and being passionate about the topics and about different interests involved within 12 days in a row of the negotiation. So that's first historical, I guess, events that happened not so long ago. Let's go to the second one, the Cuban Missile Crisis negotiation that took three parties again: Soviet Union, US, and Cuba. And within these negotiations, the US agreed to take out their missiles and presence in Cuba, as well as Soviet Union agrees to also took their participation from Cuba itself. Negotiations is often cited as a prime example of crisis negotiation because, as you remember, it was super tough experience for the whole world. And the importance of clear communication, understanding their other parties' interests. And the result, we have peaceful sky at that point of time as a result of those negotiations. And let's go to the third example that we currently have that was taken between leaders of Bosnia, Croatia, Serbia, the US in meditation. And as a result of these agreements, we have new country born that is known today as Federation of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and establishing the presence of Bosnia and Herzegovina as of today. So this is another historical one of the greatest negotiation process that two different parties and example of multi-party negotiations, highlighting the challenges and importance of diplomacy, compromise, and international collaborations. So yeah, just taking some, I guess, and I hope lessons from history about negotiations, how complex and how long, how important for the whole humanity they could be, and what we can learn taking those lessons. Let's dive deeper in this topic about negotiations and what do you know about negotiations. So in most cases, the deal is pretty simple, like two parties, A, B, or maybe a couple of representatives from each parties are discussing some deal, some solution, some results, or some agreements, right? And there are different ways how negotiations can be led. What results they could be bring and how important, as you know from history, they could be. So let's start from key principles of negotiation. So first principle is pretty well known for everyone, is win-win approach, right? And the main and core bottom line here, just to make it successful for each party. So this is the core principle for every negotiation that you should take before going to the meeting or establish some relations. How you can win from the agreement or from the meeting or from the client or from the deal, whatever, and how the second party can also benefit from the agreement. What you gonna propose and what the second party gonna do accept and gonna take and gonna receive as a result of the negotiation. Benefits of win-win approaches are always long-term relations, trust, and satisfaction. As you know, for any business, especially for independent professionals, as you guys are here on the call, long-term relations is a core. Long-term relations is the best way to keep your customers retained, and it's the best way to increase the number of leads you are getting in the funnel every time when you're making some new sales and making some new clients. For every business, investing into current relations is much more beneficial and much more cheaper comparing to acquiring new customers and comparing to acquiring new leads and clients. That is why investing into win approach for every negotiation, for any type of business is crucial. Just to obtain the good business relations, long-term relations, trust, and satisfaction. Yeah, and the examples are pretty simple. Successful business partnership. Can we name as example today's deal, right? We are talking to you guys, having this great video meeting, right, with Spark organization, and our trust that we can provide and our values that we can provide today to our audience is our win that we putting on the table. Your win is having word about podcast spread and giving us some credits for us for investing and sharing some useful information with you. So why not? Why that could not be the win-win approach? Let's go to a more deeper topic, understandings of emotions. What is emotions and what's the emotional role initiation? Could be both positive and negative. One of the hints and tricks for having negotiations as an important role is to have them to be able to recognize emotions, to be able to manage emotions, and to be able to use emotions effectively. Emotions are and thanks God, yet we human who are participating in negotiations, right? Who are participating in and who able to describe the emotions and who can also take control over the emotions, not over the self emotions, but over the emotions of third and second party with whom we are having the negotiations. So main trick here is thinking about your personal emotions, think how your personal emotions can affect on second party with whom you are having the negotiation, how to clearly read emotions of second party and how to use emotions for your own benefits to make the win-win approach. So pretty complicated deal. Again, psychology is like deep topic and we can spend a lot of hours just discussing different use cases. But the main use case that you should just notice as a bottom line for you as of today is that emotions are always on the table. You can't avoid real emotions, and people who can take emotions under control, not only self emotions, but also emotions of the participants in a meeting could benefit from that meeting in its own direction. So just making sure that you can also spend appropriate amount of time into the emotions. And yeah, use case, you can imagine anything where negotiation, where emotions played a key role. So it's anything when you're asking for to benefit for yourself or benefit for another party. Let's go forward. What we have here, preparation and planning. Another key point and bottom line for any negotiations is to prepare properly. Is importance of knowing your position, the party needs, and the market. Steps for this one: research, set objectives, identify alternatives, know your walk away point. Any negotiation, for any business win require to have your homework to be done in advance, prior to the call, prior to negotiation, to know your position, to know your client, to know your market, to know your points that you want to have achieved and your goals that you want have to be achieved within the call. So another point here is just to make your homework. Just to make your homework in terms of deal you're going to discuss. Again, circling back to emotions and circling back how you can achieve this deal as a win-win approach to have beneficial for all two parties. Let's go forward. How to master your negotiations. So within this one, negotiations are the process that could be always complicated and it could be always easy. I guess the main factor here is the luck. It's a luck how easy your clients are, how easy and how strong your position is, and how you can manage both factors. The key thing here is that you can be always sure the negotiations will be always successful. That's why the great, I guess, use case and takeaway is to make sure that you can always make a negotiation better and better, learn something before going to the another step. Learn and teach yourself, work on self-education, work on other aspects, how to better prepare to the meeting, how to better know your clients. Again, KYC for clients is everything. Again, how to make sure you can get more of win-wins for both parties for trustful and long-term relations. So I prepared a couple of steps, top five advices from my side, how to master your negotiation skills. Give me just a second for a glass of water. Cool. So let's move forward. First is nibble technique. So the main thing of the nibble is to where the discussion is achieved, and when the main deal has been settled, it's called nibble because it's small enough that the other party might not resist. Put main priorities for your meeting, for your negotiation, and put second priorities. For you, the win is when the main priorities for your meetings are being achieved. After that point, you can also point attention to second level priorities, just to make sure that after the main win is completed, you can nibble and take other priorities to be completed within a meeting itself. But overall, the bottom line is that you have to be prepared to the meeting or to the negotiation with different priorities for different goals of the meeting. Goal number one is the key priority. Goal number 2, 3, 4 is the second priority. Work on goal number one as a key priority, and after that's been win, you can figure back and circle back to second priorities to make sure you can win them as well. After first priority, that is the biggest one, is achieved, it's much more easier to think about second priorities, second top level priorities, and to make sure that they're going to be achieved much easier. Don't spend all your benefits and don't spend all your strong position arguments for all targets, just to make clear what you're going to achieve and why. Transparency and integrity is making in one piece different various tactics. It's essential to maintain ethical boundaries and not manipulate to the other party. So here, within any negotiation, within any conversation, it's super easy to read people, especially when you have negotiations with experienced businessmen, experienced business owners, or people who've been in this body for a long time. It's super easy to learn when you are not sincere. It's super easy to learn your emotional situation. So make sure that here, first of all, you are clear for yourself. You're clear in your position, and you know like where you can circle back or just move forward in terms of your emotions. Just don't bring on the table things that you're not sincere about, because those things could be really easy readable by different parties, and it could really hurt your relations for the future and for other potential collaborations and partnerships. Anchoring, another pretty famous topic here is that the initial offer that you should start with is higher or lower, and that you expect to settle for. The anchors, the negotiations around the figure that influencing subsequent offers. It means that, again, setting the main anchor for your negotiation matter, for your negotiation meeting, circle back around this, and just have this as a key topic, key agenda bullet point for your meeting by using their nibble techniques and transparency and integrity. Let's move to point number 4, managing emotions. Keeping emotions in check ensures that they don't derail the negotiation. Positive emotions like enthusiasm can always help, can be always useful, and mood always rules the game. So make sure that the mood that you are bringing to any negotiation is always positive, and it could bring you to the topic where you can speak about your mood, and where your mood can speak about you as well. Positive attitude to the meetings are always the crucial factor to have any negotiation happen. Don't forget about simple things as smile, as a positive attitude, and other positive results that's going to be achieved by the negotiation. And the point number 5, the final one, that kind of professional tip. When you're doing homework, think about your potential partner and research about his culture and decision-making process in that culture. It's pretty common situation when different cultures are taking decisions differently. For some of them, decisions are being made by leaders. For some of them, decisions are being made by groups, right, and being made equally. So for European, for Asian people, for Africa, US people, every culture differently takes decisions. So just make sure that you can have this as a professional hint for yourself, for your business, to Google, to ask AI, to ask other insights about the person, how the decision could be made for them based on their business wins, based on their culture, and many principles that could be applied for that culture. Just make like some homework hints that could be really played on your side. That's even much better comparing to any other emotional hints that you can have on the table.